Hello, everyone. This is Marks from Cabbit Publishing, back again with another one of our great authors and our new anthology, Fairy Tales, Folklore, and Fables Reimagined. And this is a new author to our collection. And Madison, could you introduce yourself?
Yeah. Hi, my name is Madison McKeever. I am a Seton Hill University alumni. I tend to focus on writing in horror or fantasy with a focus on fairy tales. I have a
Perfect.
couple of short stories that have been published, and I currently live in the Netherlands, even though I'm from Washington State.
Yeah, so it's like noon my time, and it's what time is it over there right now?
7 p.m.,
Yeah, just a little bit of time difference.
just a little bit.
Um, all right, well, how about you tease your story for everyone?
Yeah, so my story is called Bats and Bolts. It's kind of a buddy comedy. We have Vic, Dr. Frankenstein's monster, who's being hunted after causing his sister to disappear. And then he stumbles into a tavern that's only visible to supernatural beings, where he teams up with Dracula to stop the humans breaking in and catching him.
Awesome, awesome. And what influenced you to come up with this story, like using these particular characters?
Well, like I said, I have a background in horror, and so I'm really in love with things like classic Bram Stoker's Dracula, Frankenstein, Mary Shelley, and things like the Grimm story tales. But I felt that this could be a fun way to take stories that are normally seen as more scary and add, do the reverse, whereas Grimm's does happy fairy tales turn scary. I wanted to do something that's a little bit more scary turned funny.
Awesome, awesome. And speaking of fairy tales, folklore, and such, um, are there any other stories you mentioned Grimm and such? Are there any other stories as you were growing up that maybe influenced you or really stood out to you?
Yeah, I really liked the old Disney, not specifically from Disney, but the a lot of the tales that are based off of from Disney,
Uh-huh.
such as like Red Riding Hood and Cinderella and Beauty and the Beast. Stories like that always stuck out with me a lot, especially the ones that kind of show of protagonist that is a female. Then I can relate to it more. I've
Mhm.
always found those ones just really fun. And then obviously, as somebody who loves Grimm's fairy tales, having the opportunity to read the scarier versions is so much fun.
So with this anthology, we're doing a Kickstarter. And so with the Kickstarter, we have stretch goals, we have different reward tiers and such. Could you tell people a little bit about some of the stuff that you're volunteering to do, especially a particular game related one?
Yeah, so as one of the stretch goals, we're offering Dungeons and Dragons or tabletop role playing versions of some of the characters or monsters from the stories. And as somebody who has been playing Dungeons and Dragons for a long time and is currently in a Pathfinder campaign, I'm going to be one of those people. So maybe you'll see some stats from my characters and other characters from stories in the anthology.
Awesome. Yeah. Yeah. So we have a reward tier, we have an add-on for that, and then we have stretch goals to like add in more stories to it too. So I'm excited to see how many stories we get.
Yeah, who's
um,
going to be really overpowered and who is going to be not.
and we have other stuff too. Like I think, did you do a music one, or am I misspeaking?
Yeah, I'm going to throw
Okay,
in some songs inspired by the stories that are in the anthology.
I'm looking forward to seeing what you pick.
Yeah, me too.
All right, so I think that mostly covers it for just teasing, your story in this anthology. I thank you for joining the group. You're a new author to our genre collection, and so it's exciting to get your story in there. Bats and bolts, and everyone, if you want to support the Kickstarter, you can go to cabotcrossing.com. You can find it from there, or or if you watch this video way after the Kickstarter, you're like, hey, what's up? I want to read this book. You can also find a link to the book there. And then Madison, they can find you over here, right? On Instagram.
Yep. My Instagram is at Maddie McKeever. I post some writing things, some craft related things, and some just my life.
All right. Well, thanks so much for being on. Thanks everybody for watching our video.
Yeah, read the anthology. It's really good.